KSI owes these two a lot, because essentially they just siphoned all the hate that he received for his track towards theirs. And just like I said about KSI, it's really unfortunate when you go viral for a song that people think it's bad, and they're just making fun of it, right? I mean, it does suck, but the reality is, it's true. And that's despite the fact that technically it's pretty sound, right? Like they hit all their notes, they're perfectly on beat, but it also sounds and looks dated. Like it reminds me of a niche from years ago. Like when this type of music was popular, New Girl was popular. That should say something. I mean, like, just look at this aesthetic. Letterman jacket, brim, just top the hat. Like this, I was sitting on a subway, like this is like 2011 core, like stuck right in my heart. And there's nothing wrong with going retro. It's just that this is too recent to be considered retro. It's not nostalgic yet. The biggest factor sonically as to why I don't think this song works for a lot of people, despite the fact that it sounds very, very corporate, is that it lacks soul, which is ironic because this is the subgenre that it comes from. And it just sounds so overstimulating and composed in a way that you didn't write or make this song for fun or because you wanted to, but because you had to for a class project. To really hit it home to what I'm trying to get to is that music has always had this one aspect that you can't measure. It's not a metric, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it, but it is in every single record that people consider to be hits. And that is the umph. And the reason why I have James Brown here is because in interviews and throughout his entire life, he always talked about the umph. And his bandmates, the many that he went through, always spoke about how when they were making records or rehearsing, Brown was as obsessed about the umph. Michael Jackson actually understood this too. And it makes sense because his idol was James Brown. The saying is, everybody wanted to be like Michael Jackson wanted to be like James Brown. That was their primary motivating factor when making music. Forget about all the technicalities, forget music theory. Does this just sound good? Like, does this just sound like something that you would listen to repeatedly and you would want other people to listen to repeatedly? For example, Michael Jackson's solo debut album, Off the Wall, was a commercial success, but Michael hated it. To him, it just did not have enough of that umph, and he was actually quite disappointed of this album. So when it came to his next album, that was specifically the only thing that he would focus on, and he would work with producers like Quincy Jones, people who he felt like could keep up with him, trying to capture that umph. But again, there's no way to describe it or quantify it or measure it, you just have to feel it. And that's where we come to the unfortunate reality of this record. Despite all the hate that they're getting, I think it's objective to say that they are talented musicians, especially her as a singer. She has a phenomenal voice. And this song just lacks the umph, and it sounds like more of a class project rather than a heart piece.